Come in. How are you guys doing today? And for those of you who are logging in to listen, let us know where you're logging in from. We got Galveston, Texas in the house, Galveston Bay, Texas. Good to see you guys here. We got a few other places that have been in. We got Pittsburgh in the house, Myrtle Beach, Connecticut, Sacramento, coming in from all over the place here today, Rochester, New York. Sam, good to see you from Hoover. We got Romy coming in from Florida. It's great to see everybody here today. We've got a heck of a market going on right now. Just made a new low in the S&P down to 67.43.50. It had been holding up at 67.44, which was our low from early this morning. Got Montana in the house, Virginia getting hot again in Phoenix. And Prescott. All right, so we got a couple in from Arizona. Good to see you guys this morning. So, fun and interesting market. And it looks like we're getting the sharing set up. Our boys down in Jacksonville have been in classes all morning and yesterday, and I'm hearing great things out of those classes, guys. Hearing that y'all are doing a wonderful job, and that's always great to hear. Looking forward to hearing more about it. And of course, I know these people in the room are looking forward to that next opportunity to get back down and visit with the boys and girls at DTI. Now, in a few moments, we're going to start Tom's favorite song and get this presentation rolling. They're getting a few things straightened out before the presentation begins. 67.45 last traded. And when you guys are ready for the song, just go ahead and start playing it. I'll mute up at that point. Let's see what we got. $67.46 for the S&P futures. So quick little peek down and instant bounce back up in the S&P. Nasdaq still being a little bit weak, and I say a little bit weak because it really is down 60 points on the 25,000 point index. That's not much. And you look over at the Dow, up 200 points on a 40,000 point index, 47,000 point index. So which one's weaker, which one's stronger? The Dow is significantly stronger than the Nasdaq is weak. But the big highlight to me, and the one that might get lost in the shuffle, Russell futures are up 22 from, or actually up about 24, 23, 24 from the open. They're trading at 25,000 or 2,504, 2,504, and up about 22 points. That's significant. That's nearly 1% up in the Russell. Well, we've got the Dow up about 0.5%, the Nasdaq down about 0.25%, and the S&P's very slightly changed, down 7, or actually only down 4 from the open. So marginal change there, but the small caps are having a great day. And I think that's probably one of the things that's keeping this market from getting too out of tune. But what that suggests to me is it may be more of a balancing issue, maybe some profits coming out of large cap stocks and going into some small cap stocks. Just a little thing like that. I don't think it's anything major. But when you see certain markets outperforming other markets, you sit back and say, well, why? Where does that outperformance come from? Where does this slight change exist? And the fact that the small caps are doing very well today suggests that there might even with this little bit of a pullback that we're looking at in the Nasdaq, and again, tiny little bit of a pullback, 0.25%. With that move, maybe it's just some profits coming out of those larger stocks going into the small caps, suggesting an overall bullish nature to the market, even with a little bit of correction in some of our headlines. So we're sort of building up the base at this point. And that when you see the small caps performing well, that speaks well to the forward outlook. So we'll see if that continues to be the case. Might just be sort of a one-off little thing for today, but I think it is certainly worth paying attention to. And get a little bit later into this presentation, we'll talk about doing some of that comparative analysis and seeing where the shifts might be and how certain markets are performing in relation to other markets. Compare and contrast is always an important aspect of the trading mechanism.
In the early light, before the rooster crows, T-Buzz sits where the ticker flows. A coffee cup, a steady hand. He speculates the market like a riverboat man. Oh, T-Buzz, he's trading his way through the peaks and the falls, come what may. With a gut full of grit and a heart that won't sway, T-Buzz, he did it his way. He watches the charts like the stars in the sky, looking for answers, a reason why. Some call it luck, some call it skill, but T-Buzz just calls it paying the bills. Through the red and the green, he's danced with the line, every loss and each win, a tale of his time. Oh, T-Buzz, he's trading his way through the peaks and the falls, come what may. With a gut full of grit and a heart that won't sway, T-Buzz, he did it his way.
That's it, folks. Okay, I got a trade. Here's the, John, if you got, please do that. Connect the dots is, I want to look at GLD, and we'll do a put spread on GLD, expires October 17th. Let's do a 338, 337 put spread on GLD. This will be the connected dots trade of the week. Let's see what we get for that. GLD. Yep. $338.37. Got that put spread. Now about 21 cents. Let's do it. Sell it for 21, buy it back at 6, and that'll be our trade of the week for T-Buzz All-Stars. If everybody will let me know if they're doing that trade, if they're in the T-Buzz All-Stars, let me know if you're doing it, and I'll get started with the presentation after that. Crystal says she's done. Yeah, I figured you might as well get paid for being here, listening to what we got to say. And remember, we're here every day at 11 o'clock. I got good help here. Chuck Crow and Jonathan are here to help, and Adam gets everybody here. So we've got a whole team effort making this thing work. And we did it this way because we thought it'd be compact. I had to trade. I thought I'd wait to this time to do it. Okay, perfect. Everybody's in. So one of the things that you got to think about on a day like today, we made record highs yesterday, and today is sort of a patience day because we got up to the resistance areas and stalled, but the market came down to the pivot area, which I've identified at 67.45. It's holding that. You remember yesterday, Genesis bar yesterday was a continuation bar, and we went higher all day. Today, it looks like we're making lows here during this Genesis time frame, and if we can get higher than, I would say get higher than 67.50 on the S&P, you've probably seen the low. That 44 low was a low from last night. We're down here hovering at it. So it's got to get some momentum to the downside if you're going to go much further. That's my thoughts. We'll see how it plays out because no one can predict the future. And when you look at Genesis, you get a real good insight. Remember, 4 out of 5 times Genesis will mark either the low or high, unless you have a day like yesterday where you have that great continuation bar, which we got fat off of. In fact, I think we've closed 4 more winners for some of our programs, and you got that out there. So, and Kevin says Powell speaking in about an hour. I don't know if he's got much, unless he comes in there and says I'm wrong. I've cut interest rates. I'm going to start raising interest rates. I don't know if he's going to have much sway with what Wall Street or everybody decides. He's sort of out the door, so to speak. Okay. So, in my opinion, we'll see. All right, can we move to slides? Let's do it. Again, I remind you about the retirement center. We got a meeting Friday at 2 to update it. We're doing real well. I think we took a profit yesterday on our option play. We were up 24, 25%. Again, we're not charging for this, but if you try to join and then open a Tasty Trade account, you can get the referral from Roe at DTI Trader, and we will train from that platform. We actually, in the small class right now, we're going to do some training from the Tasty Trade platform. A very good platform, especially for people that like to trade futures, options, and stocks, because it lays it out for you. So there's an email, Roe at DTI Trader. If anybody has any issues when they open an account, send an email to Roe at DTI Trader. The link that we have should work, and I'm going to find out today if we've got the right link, so to speak. But I think we do. All right, here's our stocks for the month. Remember, September has been a bullish month. Let's update this and go through it. And I'll let Jonathan explain how to keep this sheet as current as possible. It's magic to me the way they do this, but it's a pretty good valuable sheet to find great trades.
Hang on, I got the narrative application on my computer, just bogging down on it.
Thank you.
Okay, if you're brand new, what this is we have a column for the month open, which is, of course, the September month open, like the S&P 6478. Compare the
Everybody
current.
hear Jonathan?
Yeah, Tom sound is great. Go ahead, John.
Bunch of yeses.
Yeah.
So compare the current price to the monthly open is your first step. Above the month open, you're going to be thinking to the long side. Below the month open, you'll be thinking to the short side. I try to keep it simple. Then there's columns here that say FTD high and FTD low. That's the first 3 trade days of the month. The market will make a high during those 3 trade days and a low to establish a high-low frame. Again, that's from the first 3 trade days of the month. For the S&P, that was a 65.16 high and a 63.71 low. Again, compare the current price to those numbers. And if we get above the high of 65.16 on the S&P, we'll be thinking to the long side, and that's why the spreadsheet says long on the above FTD high column for the S&P futures. As we go down the list, if there is any stock or futures that's below the low from the first 3 days of the month, there's an extra column out here to the right that says below FTD low question mark. It would say short. Let's just go through these, but if the S&P and NASDAQ both say long, then the vast majority of our stocks are going to be long as well. Everybody understand that? By the way, I posted the slides to the chat. The spreadsheet that we're looking at is slide number 7 today. Okay, as we go through here, we have gold and silver that are long. They made new all-time highs today. Or at least gold did. Silver, is that a new all-time high, Tom, on silver today? Definitely new high. I'm not sure.
It's
personally.
new high. I don't think it's all time.
Okay. Apple is long. Micron is long, but it has earnings after the close. NVIDIA is long. Google's long. Tesla's long. Palantir is long. Berkshire is no longer short, Tom. Check that out. It's at 497.5. It's been below 496.5, but not today. Still has to get above 504 to be above the monthly open, and it would have to get above 507.38 to get above the high from the first 3 trade days of the month. Hood and Reddit Circle, all long, and nuclears are long. There's one that's short, ETH. IBIT is long, gold and silver. PAAS long. TQQQ is long. From the list of dividend pairs, most are long. Looks like YETH and the Amazon pair, both of those are below their FTD lows and short. All right. And we come to the end of our spreadsheet. Now there's 50 tickers on here. We call it the 25 ticker list, but we give you extra. And yes, Linda, you can do that. I'll be looking for your email today. Now we're teaching a live class this week in Ponte Vedra. And in a moment, we'll turn it over to Chuck, but let's leave the spreadsheet for now. Let's go back to the slides. Bring those up. All right, Tom issued a trade today, was for the T-Bus Connected Dots program since it's on Tuesday. But normally all the trades that we do in the train and trade session are for the Talk and Trade program, TNT. If you're not in TNT and want to get involved, it's dtitwitter.com/TNT. Okay, Tom, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Talk about your favorite feature of the
All right,
roadmap.
you gonna change the slides, or? I'm not getting the slides. I got your spreadsheet up. Weird.
But now,
No, it finally changed. Yep. All right, folks, we spent a lot of time in this class talking about the power of the electronic tape reader, and from Monday's close to Tuesday. And I told people this morning in this class, I said, watch Palantir. Last night, Palantir was 179. It's going to surge. It surged to 185 using that electronic tape reader, keeping track of the different movements at night. An electronic tape reader is one of the oldest features of the roadmap when we first built it. The reason I built it was because I used to call the floor to place orders, and I couldn't remember, and I had all these little scraps of paper in my car as I was driving or whatever. And I said, it would be nice to have a computer that would keep up with this. And so we built the roadmap back then, and it's been one of my favorite features. I still use it to this day. At home, it is such a powerful feature. It gets a whole screen of real estate, which is saying a lot when you got as much stuff on my screens of trading that I have. I really value it, the electronic tape reader. I can stand in front of a class and still keep up with the market, and I keep up with my stocks around the clock. I find ideas that are looking good. And for example, this morning, one of the students in here pointed out Oklo, and we looked at it, and I'll probably do a trade on Oklo because it was pointed out to me by one of the students in here. I didn't pick it up, but she did, and so got my attention. Now, I'm long the nuclear sector, and I'm long NNE, but Oklo would be something I'd like to get a little play on, and I think I can do it today. We'll see. All controlled by the reference bars. Yeah, the 30-minute increments are synced with the way the floor used to trade. Every 30 minutes, they'd keep track of it, and so we still do it to this day. If you look at that picture, what does it tell you if you look at that picture about the current market or about that particular market you're looking at? What do you know instantly by looking at DTR line? Should be readily apparent to everybody looking at that picture. Red or green? That's the way I'm thinking. So I'm not aggressively buying right now, okay, based off that roadmap there. Now, 8 p.m. at night, a lot of people don't know this. I told the class yesterday, 99.9% of people out there considered traders, investors, experts don't know the following. Write this down. The new opening price for stocks is at 8 o'clock at night. And so what you have to do is know where those stocks were at 8 o'clock the night before. And the roadmap keeps track of that for you now. It was modified to do that. And some of the different tickers and everything, that's become a key time in the analysis at 8 o'clock Eastern time at night. And that's a snapshot from the day. And as you can see it, that's what the ETR line is saying. Cheryl, the roadmap's a standalone piece of software. We're around way before TradingView was.
you know, set up the more time. It's why I'm dealing with it.
Okay, all right, folks, I'll be watching. Like I said, right now, we're sort of need to get this Genesis bar complete and find out whether or not we're going lower this afternoon or whether we're going to get a reversal. Take it away.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, we're teaching a class here in Jacksonville, so we're going to turn back to the in-person class here. We are going to stay live for another 30 minutes or so, and today's Tuesday. We're going to show you a recent stream Tom did on the Tuesday Power Play session, which we released a new rotation today, so you can learn all about that program. But Adam, I'll let you take the screen back and talk about Tuesday Power Plays.
Perfect. I got it.
I've looked at what you do with options, never seen anything like it, you know, and I could go through the numbers, but you know, they're pretty fantastic. The percentage wise, if you said, how do you be able to do that? Well, my answer would be Tuesday Power Plays. What is Tuesday Power Plays? Well, it watches on Monday, and on Tuesday, we have about 5 opportunities we identify that are trades for the week. Very simple, with the setup, where to get in, where we're wrong, and where we're getting out of. And we use options and we use stock, okay? So you got a lot of choices in Tuesday Power Plays. Unlike any service you ever seen before, it's taught me more about trading anything I've done because it makes you disciplined. Anybody here have a problem with discipline? You know, over trading, afraid to trade, that kind of stuff. Not following the process. Well, this will teach you better than any service I got. It's called Tuesday Power Plays. It lets you place a trade about 1 hour a week. Not a lengthy process because it sets up on Tuesday.
A lot of people don't know this, but there's a new trading technology that pairs incredibly well with the Robinhood phone app. And for a limited time, it's available for free. You see, this type of trade is not dependent on direction. In fact, most of the time, the stock can even fall a few percentage points and still work out. And if you want to see how to set up the newest trade today, just click the link below. Now, sadly, I can't share all the details here, but I can say with this new trading technology, we don't have to flip through dozens of stock charts, no sourcing through the endless options available, and no need to time our entry. This trading technology was actually built to source some of the most reliable trade setups in the entire stock market, automatically. Yes, it's fully automated. Each day it generates the top tickers to trade, the exact options criteria, and even calculates the potential outcomes for you. So if you want to see how it works and access it today for free, be sure to click the link below. We'll show you the complete technology, dozens of real results, the specifics on how it sources the trades for us, and even some tools to help you get started. As of today, more than 2,000 traders of all ages, skill levels, and account sizes have access to this new trading technology. Some folks are in their retirement age, some are just starting their trading journey, but all of them can leverage this basic trade each morning. Obviously, we'd never make any reckless promises when it comes to trading, so if you decide to trade with us, please be smart. You don't want to over-leverage yourself on any one position. That said, you can see everything by clicking the link below.
Thinking about going solar, but not sure whether it's worth it for your home? Well, before you get quotes, there are 3 things you need to know about going solar and one easy way to find them out. Number 1, you need to know how much solar you'll need to eliminate your electricity bill completely. 2, you need to know how much solar you can actually fit on your roof. And 3, you need to know what the ideal solar system will cost after federal, state, and utility incentives. In the past, to find out all this information, you had to get a solar installer in your area to examine your roof in person, but not anymore. Our unique solar calculator at solarestimate.org uses machine learning to scan your roof to tell you whether solar is worth it for your home. It will tell you how much electricity your roof can generate, how many solar panels you can actually fit on your roof, how much you can reduce your monthly electricity bill with solar based on your utilities pricing plan, and the magic number every homeowner wants to know: how long will it take for the system to pay for itself? No other solar calculator does all this. Now, if the payback on solar is better than other low-risk options like paying off your mortgage, then solar makes a lot of sense. The typical payback time for solar is under 10 years, making it a no-brainer given the historically low interest rates we have at the moment. So to find out if solar is worth it, test your home with America's most accurate solar calculator by clicking on the link below. Now, you may already know that solar is worth it and just want to find out how much solar will cost after all.
Hey guys,
Well, the reason our estimates are so
we're running
accurate
through a
is
little
because
bad-
we use the
bad
actual
thing
cost
right
of
now.
installation
We're
from
watching
thousands
the
of similar
replay
solar
on
systems
YouTube.
near you
and with
to
YouTube,
hone
there
our
are
estimates.
ads.
Using this
Unfortunately,
data, we found
uh,
the best solar deals being offered from reputable installers
Adam's
we
not at the
vetted
computer.
using over 28,000 verified reviews
So
from
I'm hoping
actual
this ad
customers.
ends pretty soon.
To get access to these deals, simply select how many installers
Well,
you would
yeah,
like firm quotes
I'd love
from
to click on
after the
skip,
calculator finishes
but I have as much
analyzing your
power
home.
to click on skip as you
If
do,
you're
Jay.
not ready to get quoted just yet, you can
So,
still get
there
a
was someone
detailed
there
solar
at the
analysis,
computer.
including cost
Unfortunately, they're
estimates
not in the
for your
room.
home
They
to keep
just took
for
the
you when
class
you're
out to
ready.
lunch. So
Stop paying full price for electricity
that's
and
where we're
start
at.
taking advantage of the generous
Hopefully this-
incentives available
this
for
ad
solar
can't go on for
by
that
clicking
long,
on
can it?
this video or the link below and getting a free, no obligation solar analysis for your home.
Here we go.
Now, we have some tremendous results following this and piggybacking on what happens on Tuesday. Every Tuesday morning, 2 Tuesday power plays. You get entry risk management for stock and option, no guessing about it. We lay it out for you. Every single week we do it, always right on time, somewhere before or in that first part of the trade day, Tuesday morning. 2 trades every Tuesday morning. Here's a couple. Valero and Etsy. Anybody want to pick up on $1,000? That'd be $480 on that week. Pretty good stuff. Various programs I've already been saying about my performance in here. This was NU E-Play, placed by Keith, 20% profit. Way to go, Keith. I ring that cash register in Tuesday power plays, according to Bruce. He's here tonight. And he said, loves the program. So far, she's only had winning trades. It's pretty sharp the way we do this. I do like it. 25% profit, okay, by Richard. But I think the key thing is not the fact that we're laying out these profits for you. You're going to get it down. I call it the art of trading. This is the art of trading, knowing when to enter, knowing how long to stay, and knowing when to get out. You got to love it. Sylvan, he's from Canada. He made 30%. Way to go, Sylvan. I like this one. Dick has made $1,930 in less than 4 days. Yeah, the trades only last through Friday, okay, at the longest. So we cleaned the deck on Friday. Put your name on the board. Be with me tomorrow when I do it. All the heavy lifts is for you. We get in on Tuesday. Don't miss a beat. You get an email outlining it. You can do the Power Play portfolio. We track it online for you. You can watch it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Smart Algo YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to walk through the features of the Smart Algo Pro V3, as well as how to use it, just to give you guys a basic rundown of the features of the Pro V3 indicator.
Okay.
I have the gold chart loaded up on the 1 hour time frame,
this is
and
not
what you
what-
see on screen right now are the default settings when you attach the indicator to your chart. The
guys,
Smart Algo Pro V3 is an all-in-one
we'll see if I
indicator,
get
meaning
that
it has
corrected. I'll
a
see if
ton of
Tom can get
features,
that replay
over
up. When you go to
27 different
YouTube and
features
check that,
built
please
in
do.
into the indicator.
Um,
Highly customizable, meaning that you can turn features on and off, as well as customize each feature to your liking.
let me do something.
So without
here.
further ado, let's click on the gear icon to load up the.
Okay, I'm just gonna stop that because that's not what we're trying to do. I certainly do want to get you into that recording that Tom had done, but what we'll do is we'll get that posted up a little bit later. I'll tell Adam to do that, but that's what are we doing, a commercial every 30 seconds, so a bit much on that run through. ETR page, that was the focus of the presentation from earlier. And let me see, do I have, so train and trade, Tuesday power plays, certainly do want you guys to get into that. I wonder if we can go to the roadmap and bring, or YouTube. You know what? I'm not even going to try. So go to YouTube, check out Tuesday power plays, come back later this evening, and we'll do more. But as you can see, this is the roadmap I'm looking at throughout the day. ETR page, an integral part of what we're seeing in the market. And we'll talk more later this evening. But let's go ahead and end this. That was just too many commercials. I can't ask you to sit through that. So you guys have a great day, and we'll come back later. Please repeat the recording. Tuesday Power Plays at Tom Busby, Tuesday Power Plays on YouTube. So go to youtube.com, Tom Busby, YouTube Power Plays.